Good afternoon, family and friends. Welcome to the Woke Nation. How are you doing? As usual, I encourage you to have fun wherever you are and keep educating yourself. That is the key. K-E-Y. Keep educating yourself against all odds. You don't have to have money to educate yourself. The same way you study book, you can study lives, you can study people, you can study trees, you can study nature. Nature can teach you. In fact, nature is the best teacher. That's why they tell you experience is the best teacher. It doesn't matter what people say or that. Naturally, you will learn. If you don't want to learn from what people are saying, then you will learn it your own way, or especially the hard way. Like the people that say they believe there is God, but they're learning the hard way. In reality, when something hit them, God is nowhere to be found. Just as coronavirus is teaching people. But do you think all the believers will accept the lesson? No, they won't learn. Just as many people have refused to learn from what they call death and the burial they go. How people died. Look at that person. You say that person is dead. Look at that dead body. No matter what was their ambition, what was their vision, now they are no more. Per se. What happened to all that is gone. When we learn lesson from the lesson of life, lesson of nature, you see, we will save ourselves a lot of trouble, a lot of headache. Some people are walking like a monkey, they walk, babu they chop. They walk like monkey and they never enjoy, they labor for the fruit and but they drop. Other people enjoy it. Not because maybe they don't want to enjoy it, but they don't know what they're supposed to know. So some of them put their family before them. Some of them put their religion before them. Some of them put their friends before them. No, you're supposed to be forced. If you're the one that made that money, be forced to enjoy it. If you're the one that labored for that and be forced to enjoy it. That's how I've been living my life. It is not a popular knowledge. It is not a popular truth. But it's a personal truth and it's a natural truth. Whether many people believe it or not, whether many people accept it or not, reality is there to show you who is right and who is wrong. There has been all these famous men in your village and they are dead now. Where are they? You see their houses. Even their houses is now outdated. Nobody built that type of house they built that they were using to brag that they have or they are something. It's gone. Most of us don't learn. We refuse to learn. That's why we keep suffering unnecessarily. When you stop learning, you start dying. But when you start learning, you start living. That's when you understand life. Life is not as they taught you in schools. Life is not as they wrote in their books. No. Look at the nature, you see life. Whatever that you don't understand among men, look among animals. Because you are from the same source with them. Learn, always learn. It doesn't matter whether you believe what that person is saying or not, learn from them. That's why I can listen to taste, I can listen to whoever is saying, then I make my judgment. I know whether they are saying the truth or not. You cannot judge me when you don't know what I'm saying, when you never listen to me. If you only judge me because people say I am atheist, or I'm anti-God or whatever, then you will not understand. But when you listen to me, ask me a question. I also listen to you and ask you a question. Then you understand me. It's the same thing that happens to people who are religious because they are too scared to ask their leaders questions. Because they are too afraid to challenge their leaders. So when you ask them questions, they also see you as a threat. They begin, instead of responding, you know, wisely. They begin to call you names. They begin to say you don't have spiritual eyes. All that. Anything spiritual is supposed to be in the spiritual realm. I am not in the spiritual realm. I'm in the real realm. So give me the real thing. Give me the real doctrines if there must be doctrine. Give me the real God if there must be God. Understand that. But now I want to deal on the excuse that theists always make when you show them the powerlessness of their God, when you show them the uselessness of their God in reality. Why can't their God save people who are dying in fire, who are dying in explosion, who are dying in accidents? Why can't God save those people? Why can't God feed the hungry children? They say because people have free will. That's stupid. They say free will. Who created free will? Who tell you about free will? Religion. They started by telling you there is what is called will of God. Which will of God? We are the one that have the will and the power to make things happen. No God have will and the power to make anything happen. God is an abstract idea. It's an abstract concept that need your belief for it to have life. Without you, there is no God. Without you having the fear of God, there is no God. It is you who give that God life. You are more important than God. You don't need God. God needs you. Without you, God is useless. That's why you will see men saying, God send them. God send them. God cannot go by himself or for himself because God is an abstract idea that needs human belief to have life to eat, to give life to eat. Understand that. So free will excuses is what it is. My two co-workers yesterday, I always engage them in all this bullshit called God and Jesus. They are Christians. They believe in the Bible, but they don't know the content of the Bible. And they don't care to know. So when I present Bible to them, they say, I am confusing them. I say, no, I'm not confusing you. You are already confused as a believer. You are already confused as a Christian. If you believe in the Bible, you are already confused. If you are not confused, you will not believe in God. Your parents confused you from childhood. When you are that in your age of innocence, as they said, you can't question your parents. You can't tell them, no, I don't want to be a Christian. I don't want to be a Muslim. I don't want to be a Jew. They even beat you, say, come on, let's go. They force you to join them. They force you to believe in that God. And that's how it is. I'm gonna turn, there is train crossing. You see how you stop everywhere, and God cannot make a way for you when the train is crossing. You see, God cannot make a way. You have to make a way for yourself. Let me turn and go find another way. There is no God making a way for us. No God anywhere making a way for us. We find a way. See cars stopping. I don't want to run too late. Like already I'm late, so I don't want to run too late. At least I want to be there by 3 o'clock. So let me find my way. All right? That's what I'm saying. God is useless in reality. You can speak all the tongues you want. You can decree all the decree you want. God is not doing anything. God is not coming to make a way here now until that train cross finish. That's simple fact in life. We run this world, not God. No, we. So there's a free will. When I asked the first guy, he said it was a man and a woman. So the man, I said, you are God. You are God cannot help. You see how people dying of coronavirus and all that. He said, no, it's man that made it. I said, who made man? He said, God. Okay, I said, so why are you not blaming God? Why is it they taught you to blame yourself, who is real, but not God? You blame people who are real, but God who is not real, you can't blame. Huh? Oh boy. It's like the train of finished person. Kambuaria. Police is not here, so Kambuaria is moving now. Oh yeah. He said God give people free will to choose. But God is the one that made people. So why can't God make people to choose something good? And I said, then who made the evil that people will choose and suffer? I said, it is God. I opened the Bible to him and show him in the Bible. Of course, I started with, oh man, these people, come on, go. Go, no train. Oh boy. Yeah. Good, I don't pass. I find my way. I make my way. Not any God making way for me. Fuck God. Fuck Jesus. Did you see me pray? One woman at work, the woman that said that I overheard her because when I want to go to toilet, the toilet is before the elevator and I don't want people to go in there before I come. So, but she want me to hold the elevator for her. She's not on our floor. She want me to, please, help me hold the elevator just for her to clock in. If I hold the elevator for you, somebody else will enter my toilet. If it was time I was a Christian, I would have done that. So I say no, I enter my toilet to go to do that. So when she come out, one day I heard her telling somebody, that guy, that African guy is weak, is the devil. You know, he's weak, he's rude, he's mean. I said, okay. And I was in the toilet when she came out, she pushed the elevator button and said, in Jesus' name, come and open. In Jesus' name, I said, you see this too. I was right to ignore her, to not do what she wants. I didn't know she believed in Jesus, but she was praying for elevator to open quick in Jesus. No, that elevator will never come up because she prayed. It's gonna come out after she opened every place the button was pushed. No God can make it come faster. No Jesus can make it faster. No prayer can make it come faster. It has to follow as the manufacturer programmed it. That's how it is. It's not any God. It's not God that give them brain to make it. It's not God that give them idea to make it. No, they come up with that idea because there was need. They find out, oh, this stairs is too high for some people to climb. We're gonna make something to lift people up. And that's how they made the elevator. Very simple. Who did that? Our ancestors, not white people. Black people made elevator too. Because we are builders. As I was saying, the guy says free will. People have free will to make choice. They have to choose. I say no. If people have free will to choose, when you go to store to buy something for your children, do you buy poison and food? And I keep using that as an example for him to think. I say, when you are talking about God, use yourself as an example. God created you in his own image and likeness, as you believe, as the Bible said, as Torah said, as Quran said. Okay, then if God created you in his own image and after his likeness, you're supposed to be God then. You are like God. So I say, for example, you have children. When you go for grocery shopping, do you buy poison and the food to see and tell your children to choose? If they choose food, they will not suffer. But if they choose poison, they will suffer. He said, no, I cannot do that. It's an evil person that do that. I say, yeah, God is evil. You're right. I opened the Bible to him, show him Isaiah 45 verse 7. I said, read it out. He was reading it. I said, I know also how to torture them with their belief. You believe this shit Bible, you're gonna read it out so that we can hear. He said, I create evil. he slowed down. I said, yeah, finish it. I, the Lord, do all this. I said, God is evil. Because when I tell them God is bullshit, they say, some people are in their offices and they say, no, I say, I don't care who are listening. I don't care, so long I know I'm saying the truth. And I say, okay, I ask him question. Do you support slavery? He say, no. No, I say, if somebody like somebody that supports slavery or make people, enslave people, is that person a good person? He said, no, he said that person is a evil person. I said, can go to Ephesians chapter 6 from verse 5. He began to read it. He only read the first line, slaves, obey your earthly master. He said, no, that, I don't believe this in the Bible. Say, man, you confusing me. I said, I'm not confusing you. You are using psychology to, I said, it's not, no. And ask yourself question. Think for yourself. That's what I'm asking you to do. I'm not asking you to believe what I'm saying. I'm not asking you to believe what I'm showing you in the Bible. No, you yourself, you make that judgment. That works. What makes you a human being? You have the brain to think for yourself. Whatever you read, whatever you hear, whatever you see, you have the power to judge it. You have the mind of your own. None but yourself can set yourself free. I cannot set you free. You are the one that will set yourself free. My duty is to wake you up. Waking you up with factual truth. Think. If you are a father, you say God gave you free will to choose between good and evil. And God is the one that made the same evil. The same God will punish you for choosing evil that he made. He planted a garden. He put a tree of evil in it and put a tree of good. And said, don't eat this tree of evil. If you eat it, you will die. And they ate it, they did not die. To show you, because the more you read the Bible, the more you see the uselessness of God, the hopelessness of God, the foolishness of God. You build your house, you put your children in the house, and you put evil in the same house and good in the same house, telling your children, don't touch this evil, touch this good. And you know that those children, some of them must touch that evil. You know, they say you know. They say you know the end from the beginning. They say you know what will happen tomorrow. And you know those your children, you created evil and the consequences. Then you came and say, oh, we find out man has become like us. But you are the one that made them in your own image and likeness. They were like you if you are the one that made them. Because the Bible is a lie. The Quran is a lie. The Torah is a lie. Religion is a lie. Church is a lie. Man of God is a lie. Everything of God is a lie. Everything. No matter how educated and how respectful you are to me, once you mention God as in positive way, you are using God as a good example, I'm done with you. I know your brain is rotten. Faith rot your brain. So your education is a waste. The money you pay or your parents paid to train you in school, all of them are waste. But I don't blame you like that until you hear somebody like me. Then if you continue, that's when you know, I know you are a blind idiot. That's why when they comment on my post, I call them blind idiot. And one mini blind idiot commented on my post earlier. He said, oh, you are a good liberator, but using abusing words, you know. I said, I unfriended him immediately. Then I commented. I deleted one of his comments and deleted one so that he can see that I responded. I say, how I wish if I know the more abusing word to use so that to wake my people up, I will use it. Can you compare abusing word with weapons which they used to enslave us? They enslave us physically and they enslave us mentally. Until today, we are having the effects, negative effects in everything concerning us. Even in our tradition and culture, we don't have our real shit anymore. It is their shit, their bad shit that we have. And we are praising their bad shit as good. It's not. There's nothing from white man to Africa that is good. There's nothing from God to man that is good. Unless you don't know what is good. When you know what is good, when you find out what is good, you will know that everything white man or God gave to Africa meant to subjugate Africa, to kill Africa, to destroy Africa, to steal from Africa. That's what it is. Then another co-worker was about to go home. That man called him and said, do you see this in the Bible about slave and master? The guy said, yeah, it was then. I said, no, it is then. They always give excuse why they will remain slaves, why they are on their mind. He says, well, I said, it's not before. So he also mentioned free will. I said, free will? Free will to choose evil? He opened the door and get away. Free will. God gave you free will to choose evil. That God is stupid. Your father give you free will to choose poison instead of food. I asked a simple question. Why not God place good and the best before us and say choose one? If you choose good, it will be good for you. But if you choose the best, whoo, they are so amazing. Why can't place good and the best? Why good and evil? And they tell you a tree cannot bear good and bad fruit. But God is the tree that bear bad and good fruit. He's the one that they say planted the tree of knowledge of good and evil. He is the one. He says he's the one that creates evil. He's the originator of evil. He's the creator of evil. He's not my creator. God is the thing, the idea that created evil. Idea, remember, idea, abstract idea, not even real idea. God is the idea that created evil. God is the idea that created destruction, not life and death. Death is good, life is good. Nature, life and death is part of nature. It's called the cycle of life and death. Death is life, life is death. Religion, the wages of sin is death, is a lie. Just as they said, if they eat this fruit, they will die. They did not die the day they eat it. Whatever they say is sin, and it brings death, is a lie. They are the one that created sin and the Savior. All of them fictional, is not real. Stop believing their lies. Wake up, my people. Then the woman, during my break time, that's where I always hit her during our break time. She loved me so much, and I love her so much too. As I say, if you love me, I love you. Hate me, I hate you. They already know that. I tell them, I don't practice forgiveness. I practice fairness. All that forgive me is bullshit. You don't need to ask anyone to forgive you. Just live humanly. Live fairly. How you want people to treat you, treat people like that. Not when you treat people against the way you want them to treat you. Then you ask them to forgive you. For God's sake, for Christ's sake. Fuck that. No forgiveness in my diary. It's fairness. It's justice. It's equity. You know? Anyango said this too is as potent as we let it. Yeah, of course. We are the one that is keeping ourselves in their chain. If you rise up, say no more. But it must start with you. It's not us yet. What we are trying to wake us up. When us wake up, you see, we will not be spending time anymore arguing about that. We'll be praising ourselves everywhere. But now we are not praising we are praising individually. Waking up individually. When we wake up, you see us in the seat of powers. You see us making rules, making laws in lands. That's when you know we wake up. You will see us telling white man, don't come or come. Telling white man, you took that, bring it back. And we go take it back. They will not object. They will not say no. They will freely bring it, ship it back. The same way they took it, they will bring it back. The woman said, oh, shit. You say you used to have your own church. You know, it's African American. I say, yes. He said, what happened? I said, what I'm telling you, that's what happened. I began to ask questions. He said, how long? I said, I started preaching in 1993. But if you're asking me how long, when the last time I stood on a pulpit, preach in a church in Nigeria, 2004. So from 1993 to 2004, I was a full-time minister, preaching in churches, collecting and paying tithes and offering. I said, what? This is what happened. Think. He said, she's a good Roman Catholic member. I said, think. She said, you know, people choose people because we are watching CNN together. So I use it as an example. We'll see what is happening. Where is God? She said, oh, God is handling his business in heaven. I said, okay, think. You are in your house, you are in the bedroom, your children, you keep your children in the living room. And you hear explosion in the living room where your children are playing. Your children are shouting, yelling for help. But you are in your bedroom still handling your business. He said, no, I will not do that. I will come out to know what is happening so I can help my children. I said, but you said God is handling his business in heaven. Why people are dying here, crying, calling on his name, oh God, fasting and praying, going for night vigil, doing all that. That God is useless. That God, you say you believe in that God? Say, think, you are older than me. If you are older than me, you're supposed to know better than me. This God, one day they tell you that. I use it as an example. I say, let me say, I mention her name. This. I say, I know you work in this hospital. Then I tell people you work here. Then people came and see, they didn't see you here. You know, they say, okay, but she must live somewhere. They went to where they say you live. Nobody see you there. Then what will people do? They will report to the authority that you are a missing person. Maybe then you call and say, oh, you travel without telling anybody. That's why they didn't see you. You see, people will know where you are now. Okay, case closed. But I say, what if I tell people you're working here and they come looking for you, there's no record you work here, there's no record of where you are living, they will say I'm stupid, right? She said, yes. That's the sense. I say, I tell her, yeah, you are stupid if you believe in God. A God you have not seen 1 day, 2 days, 1 week, 1 month, 1 year, many years. You were born in that bullshit and you still believe that God exists. You are stupid. I tell her, not out of maybe disrespect. No, I didn't disrespect her. We are having conversation. It's a common thing. I tell her, a child with imaginary being. He said, yeah, she used to have imaginary being as a child, and they talk together. I say, see, but as an adult, you still have imaginary being called God. You are stupid. He said, oh, no, child. I say, yeah, that's what it is. We have to wake them up, and our people are waking up. They will not wake up if you shut up your mouth. Don't let them silence you with the free will excuses. Oh, you have free will. No, you don't have free will. If people have free will, they wouldn't have put in the Bible that God hardened the heart of Pharaoh. Pharaoh did not choose to let the people of Israel go in that story. It was God who hardened his heart and tell him you are not going anywhere. God is wicked. God is evil. You don't supposed to believe in God unless you are a moron. I used to be a moron because my parents taught me that. But I did not continue in that way they brought me up because I found that it's a lie. It doesn't matter who brought you up in that lie. Now you are an adult. Break free and live free. Peace.